There we go. How's it going, folks? Oh, hold on, microphone. Alright, there we go. Didn't know the microphone quite positioned right. It's okay, dog meat. We're gonna get killing bad guys soon. Speaking of bad guys, I think we haven't grabbed outpost zimonja yet in this save. Alright, before I go start risking my life to fight somebody with a fat man, should do our sound checks and stuff. Let me know if you guys can hear me alright. And we'll get out our, what do we have the most ammo for here? Nothing for the hardened sniper. Laser pistol, there we go. Pew pew! Hey, Bramble, how are you? Bologna, Raven, hello. Anera, how do I pronounce this? Ainera? 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 Alright, it's too many vowels. I can't pronounce it, but hello. Hey, One Racer, hello. Slangel, how's it going? Hey, Raven. I think I already said hello, Raven, but I see you saying hello multiple times, so I'm going to say hello multiple times. Sinister, how's it going? Ainara, there we go. Phil, how are you? Grumpy old fart. Good morning. Fresh news. May I ask her unreported bug that really breaks the game? There's no CBB for any of that. Oh, yep, can't help you there. That's shocking though that somebody hasn't already made that patch. Hey, Alexander. Alright, well, the first thing we're going to do is save, because I'm about to go try my luck with, and we're going to start off with this. We're going to try and take on Outpost Zimonja's little raider here. He usually kills me 6 or 7 times before we get him. So we'll see how we do today. We're going to open up with the old Psychojet missile combo and see how we land. Wait, do I have a fat man on me? Get the drop on him. I'll be the first one to drop the fat man. We don't. Bummer. Missile launcher we'll have to do. But first, loot. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's see if we can find him. Or did we already clear this and I just forgot? I'm not catching anybody with VATS. Oh, there's somebody. Alright, where is your leader? Take a week off bug fixing and make a body file. I have no idea how to do that, so I would not be able to help you there. Uh-oh. Oh no! It caught the ground. Here we go. Here we go. No, he's still alive. We still got jet. There we go. Oh god. Well, that wasn't a nuke. So we're still alive. We're still good. Oh, that's right, we got see-through scopes. Wait. Oh, somebody picked it up. I forgot they can pick it up, right? Oh no. Alright, up close. Put the fat man down. Whew. Oh, that worked. Hey, Sean. And big bada boom. Okay, and I feel like we had to pick up this fat man just because if we leave it there, somebody's going to sneak up behind. Oh, this guy's got mini nukes. Well then, I guess we're just going to carry it around and have it for opening. Nice way to start a fight. Big fat explosive. Panic jet win. That's right. That sounds like a good t-shirt. What do we got here? 5% damage at night? Sure, we'll take that. What do we got here? Oh, another mini nuke just chilling on the ground there. Let's see. Wait, oh, don't we need some more? We need some more crops for Brannigan still. What do we need? Razor grain and corn. No such luck. Alright, let's see. Oh, oh. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, a dog. Alright, well then. Dog meat. Oh no! Dog meat! Well, you took out one. Good job. Oh, you're fine now. You were just faking it. I got something for you. Got some. Oh, he's got my fat man. That's right. And he's got a stim pack. Give me that. What are you doing with that? Alright, let's see here. We have got you some dog armor. And a dog collar. Let's see here. Equip. No, I like the other thing better. Bandana and the dog armor. There you go. Dog being serious about cement. Yeah, he's been carrying that for me. We're ready to do some building. Oh man, I just started pushing double jump, trying to jetpack. Explosives box, you say?
Got it.
Let's go ammo shopping soon. Okay, guns are loaded. Oh, I guess I can go claim this settlement. I don't think I did that. Oh. Nope, no jet. Bummer. Alright, any recommendations for city plan for this place? Oh, look at that. Magical weather clearing device. It's amazing. Alright, let's see what are we in luck here? Always rubber. Always rubber. And no such luck on a stack of tires. Gavmans. Can we carry this beast? Or is this no, it looks like a static. So enough out of you. Right? There's always tires to be found. You're right. Not today. Not here, apparently. But well, there's the overpass, though. Maybe we can find one up there and throw it down. Time to find Smiling Larry. Where do I find Smiling Larry? Is he isn't he one of the random encounters, or does he have a standard location that he hangs out? I know I've recruited him at some point, because he's one of the tier 4 vendors, right? Hey, here we go. Pile of tires. Is any of you a loose tire? No. Cannot go that way. Well, that's sad. I want to go that way. The outpost among settlement made me install the mods. Full artillery system overhaul. 155 howitzer. Just so I can hear the spot with... Oh, just to hit the dude with the fat man. Yeah, he deserves all the nuking and howitzers you can send his way. Oh, is this one? No, it's more statics. Dog meat, I need you to sniff out a tire. Oh wait, oh, could these work? These are probably worth 1, right? If I throw a couple of them down there. Let's see if I can get this to roll down the hill. Yeah. Nice shot. This is more fun, Phil. Carrying items with the Z key. Feels like how it was meant to be played. We gotta make up new mini games to keep things exciting. Alright, I think I had 1, I needed 2 more. I'm guessing these are 1 each, so we should be good just carrying 2 of these down. Oh, are these plastic? That would be a bummer. Come on, rubber. Both! Plastic and rubber. Perfect. I would build myself a desk if only I had a couple of traffic cones. Oh, what do you know? No, don't scrap the desk. Okay, now we gotta build a... rubber, steel, ceramic. Okay. Well, this we might just turn off the city manager's thing. But either way, I gotta pause and download a city plan for this. So, all right, let's hear it. Come on, come on. Okay, so first, let's save here. Save pre Zimonja city plan. Okay, and then give me a moment while I sniff out the city plan options on Nexus. Oh, I lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see here. Nexus mods, Fallout 4. And mod categories. Soon, Settlements 2. Alright, and now we gotta search for... Alright, let me search for Gavman. I think his username, it's Gavdaman, right? Yeah, that's how he uses it on Nexus. Alright, let's see here. Now, if I think by next week, I'm not positive, but I think by next week we should be able to check out all of the Plotapalooza entries from over the weekend. I'll have to check with Chef and Choo Choo if they're going to be ready in time for me to do that. Let's see here. I'm flipping through them right now. I guess I could do this on this screen. Whoop. There you go. Now you guys can see too. Alright, let's see what we got here. Zimonja Cavern. The winner from July 2021. Okay. Oh, this looks nuts. Yeah, let's definitely do this one. Alright, let's grab this file. Download. Alright. Oh, and then I'm going to have to link that for you guys so anybody else wants to grab it. This is what we're about to... Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm on the wrong. Alright, the number is 53461. Somebody got that? 53461. Alright, let me install... Oh, I got to close out the game. Downloads. Fallout 4 data folder. I think I'm overdue on updating my load order file as well. Maybe not, though. Maybe I am up to date on it. Hold on, let me check that while we're at it. Where is my stream file? No, not there. Okay, can't find it handy. I don't have it linked handy. I need to just keep that open when I'm streaming. That would be much smarter. All right, there we go. Got it installed. Let's bump back into Fallout here. I'm going to have to put you guys on please stand by just a minute to get past the intro music. There we go. Okay. All right, now we'll have to give it just a minute to update. This city plan looks insane. Alright, well, let me turn off the option here. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, wrong button. We're gonna turn off city leader just because I don't want to wait for us for a... oh, we already did that. Okay, so I don't want to wait for a settler to show up. Alright. Select city plan. Let's see if it made it yet. No, not ROTC, not base. Okay, still gotta wait. I might need to like save and reload for it to load up the new plugin. We'll give it just a minute though. Let the game catch up all its scripts and everything. All right, dog meat. Find me razor grain. Go. Go. Alright, let's try that again. Manage city. Select city plan. Okay, no such luck. Alright, so we can run... we'll do it two ways. We'll first save, and then just reload the save, and that usually triggers SS2 to do a quick update of all the add-ons. If that doesn't work, then I can force it with a console command. Alright, let's see here. Select city plan. There it is. Alright. Use the city plan. Pay and build. Yep, let's take it down. I just thought of something we're going to add, and maybe not today, but I'm putting it on my short list of things, is I want to add streamer mode, where it removes the copyrighted songs from the rotation of anything SS2 is doing. Because I need to use that, and then because I love cinematic mode, but whenever it plays the Fallout 4 theme song, I gotta kill it. This city plan, not the best one for the cam, because then you get to see all the fakery, but it's beautiful when it's done. And the song is awesome, so happily listen to it. Whoa, the stuttering. Your city plans are too powerful, Gavman. Oh, so this stuttering, like if you guys are seeing the crazy stuttering, I actually got to exit. This is actually an issue with Outpost Zimonja because it's right on the edge of the border. Even when I'm moving the player around like a camera, it's still, when it hits the, like, you can't go that way, the game messes up and blocks you. So that is why we were getting that weird stuttering. Because I know that this is a hardcore city plan, but I shouldn't mess my PC up. It's pretty good. This computer's pretty decent, especially for Fallout 4. Golem Punchers should be easy enough to create a mod with a blank sound file. Yeah, it should be. Well, I actually don't want to create one with a blank sound file. That would be a solution, but I should be able to just set up an option in our holotape where it disables any music that gets copyright strikes, and be a nice, and still allow everyone else to have it without having to replace the sound files. All right, let's go explore this, and then I'll get back to chat. 'Cause this plan is nuts. This reminds me of a Little Lamplight. And apparently we're missing out on a fun firefight. Who are you fighting? We must have triggered some random encounter? Okay, back inside. Hey, we got a settler.
Crop's coming in pretty good.
Okay. Oh, here's some more construction going on. Yeah, some of these plans, man, I just look at it and I can't even fathom how these exist. That's how I felt about the vault one we put in Hangman's Alley too. It's like, these are crazy. Especially all these like little staircases, and they're all tall enough you can walk through them still. You know, you think about the size of these tiny settlements, and it's like, how is it possible all this fits in here? These little back corridors. Alright, now the question is, can we get up to there? No, not from in here. It doesn't look like there's any type of stairwell. Let's go up on top of the cave. I like the little, the insinuation of like a little minecart operation here. Oh, you can get in through here. Holy cow. Oh, man. Oh, and a little overlook into the main courtyard. Yeah, this is why Gavman won that month. Seeing stuff like this makes me sad that we hit the brakes on the city plan contest, because there was some magic that came out of it. $142. Any hope for the pre-build system? I mean, it's still on my to-do list. Just have a few system overhauls I have to do first. Alright, we gotta end the storm. Alright, let's get in here. Find the workbench. Wherever it may be hidden away. There it is. And let's up that build limit. By a lot. Let's try that. Whew! It still needs more room. This is just level 0, or level 1 rather. No, I guess this is level 0, right? So, yeah, we're gonna need some more here. Okay, let's leave and let this place grow. We'll come back later. Yeah, this is pretty wild. Yeah, I agreed. This would be an awesome pre-build. This would be a fun one to come back and see. Or like to add like a... These are the types that will make it feel like you're playing an alternate universe, right? Like you come out every time you're playing again. It's a new world. Okay, we are going to start on CPD today. I think we just finished up with Where There's Smoke, so there'll be a little delay for the next quest. We can also do Anton's thing, but I want to start with CPD. Oh, we got to turn in the photo to Dylan too. We got a lot to do. All right, let's head over to CPD. All right. Yeah, CPD is a big job. I don't know how, like, well, there's some things I will fix and some things I won't right now. The, like, stuff that involves the dialogue tree, I'm not ready to fix. Yes, please. Can you have any way to delay the kid showing up after gunner fight, like a straight 24-hour in-game delay? Can you get more specific? Which kid? Are you talking about Shandy? Because I felt like his the way he showed up last week was perfect. Oh, I stole a hairbrush and I was just trying to turn off the radio. Alright, cat, where's your master? I'm hoping that he has a key on him. You have an issue with collecting purloined doodads. Picked up the skull while on an MM quest and now it won't progress. Well, when we basically as we get to these quests, guys, I just like let me know the bugs you found in the ones I'm on, so I can try and replicate them. That's kind of the name of the game in this playthrough. Just try and see if I can replicate them and fix them in real time instead of sitting on bug reports waiting for them to happen. All right. Well, I'd hope there would be somebody here to give me a key, but. It's quiet over here. Was he yelling at dog meat? I just heard somebody yell, hey! Oh yeah, we're definitely in the middle of raider territory here.
What?
It's nothing, it's fine. Nope. We need a grenade. Hey, look at that. We got a few. And for you, sir.
This is bullshit.
Killed him.
And one more. 2 down. How about up here?
Only a fucking coward hides! Scared, huh?
Oh, legendary raider.
Should be!
Good old jet. Wait a second, that's not dog meat. Whoa, Jesus. Literally jump scared me there. Thought for sure that one was dog meat. This time it's dog meat, yeah. Third time's the charm. Alright, how do we
You'll run
get...
out of bullets at some point!
Same to you, I guess? Why does your gun sound so weird, guy?
Don't quit! Get a fucking paper! Off me!
The frigid pipe wrench. It's beautiful. That's going in the collection. Suppressed armor-piercing pipe submachine gun. That is a lot of keywords. I've never heard a sound quite like that thing made. Huh. Hey, there's a nice upgrade. Well, I guess I should equip a gun that has bullets, huh? Alright, what do we got over here? What SS2 quest am I on? I just finished Where There's Smoke, so the next one should be Memory Lane. But right now I'm working on, or I'm on my way to do the CPD quest line, or to at least get it started. I think it's right. Oh yeah, right over here. Oh. Okay, here we go. Anybody here? Oh, hey,
Hey,
kid.
bub. They're not here. Already gone off to beat down those gunners. Mr. Jared wants to meet you down at the docks back east. And then I have to stop talking or you'll never fucking get there, he says. So, I'm shutting up now. Have a ball. Bye.
Thanks, kid. Alright, well first, yeah, you got the right idea, dog meat. Let's see if there's anything we can take that's not locked down. And there's a lot of fake statics here. But also some real stuff. What I really need is a chem bench right now. I gotta make myself some more psychojet. No? Nothing? Oh, I saw it. There we go. We'll take that. Oh yeah, it's just a weapon workbench in here that Jared's usually using. Okay, let's head over. If I found a bunch of jet, that would make total sense. It's their in their lockup, like their drug confiscation. Could just clean it up for them. Need to make Shandy a follower. Alright, let's head over here. And, yeah, so there's one Mirelurks.
Maximum crabs!
Yeah, Shandy follower would be tough. Shandy follower would be tough. The I don't know that we would get the voice actress to commit to that much. That would have to be a paid gig, I think. Alright, we're gonna start laying down some saves so we can try and repeat some of the bugs you guys find.
Right, you piece of shit. Start talking or I'm gonna turn your head into a sieve.
If you just give us the information we want, I can guarantee that you'll get a fair trial.
A fair trial? What are you?
Just fucking talk. I will blow your fucking head off if you don't.
I don't think your boyfriend will like that.
Brother. I'm her brother. And that sure doesn't make me someone who could stop her from shooting you.
Guys, we've got company.
Hey, you over there. Get me out of this and there's caps in it for you.
Shut it, you piece of shit. You! Who are you, and what are you doing here?
I'm here to help. What's going on?
Well, we're here to ensure that justice is done. These people are murderers, and we need more information.
Shandy got you the message then. What took you so long?
Can you tell me about your trouble with the gunners?
Oh, damn it, we don't have time for an exposition. This murderer knows where other murderers are, and they need to talk. Look, I can get it out of her. You just need to get out of my way and let me work.
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, I was here first. What makes you think you can do better than me?
Lena, why not let them have a go? It can't hurt, and if she still isn't talking, you can have another try.
Fine. She's all yours. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah. What can you do?
All right. Talk.
Hey, you're a reasonable person. Promise to keep this one from killing me and I'll give you what you want.
I don't know how I passed that speech check, but I'll take it.
Tell me, why should I let you live?
Cause I can give you our real leader. You don't want to kill me. You want to kill him. He's called the Butcher. Real psycho he is. Let us on raids, kills in all kinds of nasty ways. I can tell you where to find him.
Gonna need some more information.
Okay, more info. I can do that. Well, we called him the Butcher because of how he chops up his victims. We had to go long, or he'd chop us up too. He left us to set up as a raider. He's got a secret hideout that I can point you to if you're letting me go. Better kill him quickly, though. He's deadlier than he looks. And if you let him get close, he'll chop you up like all the others.
I'm going to need more than that.
Okay, I'm doing that. I'll give you more. Like, where the Butcher set up his base.
Shit! That wasn't me! It wasn't me!
Came from over there. We've got company.
Oh, he had a piece of corn. Perfect. We need that. I don't know why you got that in your pocket, buddy, but different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Shit. We're so close to getting more information out of her.
Uh-oh.
It'll all need corroborating anyway. We can check this lot's pockets, but I won't hold my breath.
Hey, I'm really glad you chose to come. I gotta sit down and get my breath back now.
Wait.
I'll continue to help, but you owe me an explanation first.
You're right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
We
a
owe you
broken
at least
conversation.
that.
I was like, wait, was I supposed to have this
We're
before the
Commonwealth
fight?
Police Department. Well, the beginnings of it. We've got big plans, though.
And those plans are first and foremost to get justice for what these animals did.
Now everyone's had a rough day. Maybe we should get back to the station, where we can tell you all about what's going on. Explanations go better with a full belly, and not worrying about reinforcements coming over the ridge. We'll meet up at South Boston Police Station.
Hold on. I have some questions first.
Ears don't work so well, do they? We're leaving.
Hey, we all need rest. Once we're back at the station, we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Bye for now.
Doesn't look like you're going anywhere there, Jared. Alright, let's see if anybody else has got any corn on them. I guess that's apparently in the loot table of the gunners. Oh, hello. Yes, please. Oh, somebody drop this. Here you go, sir. Oh, there's another one. I don't know how. I don't remember if I didn't kill this guy. Oh, I guess that's like that was probably there as set dressing for as if the CPD had killed him on their way in or something. All right. Well, that went pretty smooth. Did anybody have any? Has anybody had bugs with that recently? That where I should try and replay and recreate, or is that part of the quest pretty solid for everybody? I guess we can just hoof it. It's not that far. Oh, there's another. Hey, there's those pork and beans you were talking about. Finch Farm, Grey Garden, Covenant, Slog, Bunker Hill, and Smallville. Smallville? What is Smallville? Like, where Superman grew up? Is that in here?
What? Who's there?
Uh-oh. Wrong turn. Let's get out of here. Alright, learn to hop the fence, dog meat. Alright, let's drop another save. Oh, Somerville. Uh-oh. The old long save. Always terrifying. Hey, there it is. Razor grain in the synth place by Jamaica Plains.
Great. It's you again. And? You want something?
Do you have time for some questions?
Okay. Jared seems to think you'll be a useful ally, and he has an annoying habit of being right. What do you want to know?
Yes. Can you tell me about your trouble with the Gunners?
The Gunners are trouble for everyone. Strutting about like they own the place, taking and killing with impunity. They sent one of their units to take supplies from our farmstead. Those animals killed everyone and tore the place down. I'd taken Simon to DC. We weren't there. We couldn't help. I could only keep Simon safe. Now I hunt them. Any Gunners will do, but the ones who did it, the Hellhounds, they're the ones I really want to find. Anything else you need to know about?
What are you guys doing out here?
The station? We needed somewhere to regroup. Somewhere to keep my little brother safe. Jared showed it to us after he heard what happened. He let us share his secret boat hole. The stories he found here really turned things around. Now we have weapons.
Oh, I remember a bug. I think that gets reported a lot. I don't know if it's still in. Do you guys know if the bug where after you finish CPD questline you get stuck with a bunch of gunner scalps?
On the scum of the wealth is
that still in? That bug still a problem?
Anything else you need to know about?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Lena Forsetti, big sister to Simon, the bookworm over there. Daughter to parents taken before their time. And now, a captain in the police force who will achieve vengeful justice on those who took their lives. Anything else you need to know about?
I don't have any more questions.
Anything else?
I need your help.
Let me stop you right there. Sob stories and charity cases are Simon's department. He's the one who dreams of protecting, serving, and creating piles of paperwork. So, unless you have something of interest to me.
Anything I can do to help out?
You want to help us out? If you don't get in my way, there might be a few things you could do. Jared's our quartermaster, and he could always use help keeping us in bullets and caps.
Oh, there's memory lane.
My little brother Simon probably has something very worthy he needs your help with. And for me, well, How do you feel about killing and skinning gunners?
What would it be worth to you if I did?
No, don't worry. I'm gonna make this worthwhile. What do you say?
No, it's horrible.
Well, you better pull yourself together, because this isn't gonna be any more pleasant. You wanna go on?
More than happy to stick it to the gunners.
Good. Then you're really gonna like this. I'm putting bounties on gunners. 25 caps a head. Well, head tattoo. Only way of proving you've really put one down is to cut that tattoo off their forehead. And there's no nice way to do that. This isn't something for the faint-hearted or moral types. But you bring me those tats, and I'll give you the caps.
Alright, we had luck with one speech check. Let's try another one.
You'll have to do better than that to get your pound of flesh.
As much as I want to see dead gunners, I really can't put their value any higher.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Great. I look forward to seeing what you bring me. Anything else?
Anything I can do to help out?
Just the tattoos for now. Do you have any?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh well. You know where I am if you get some. Anything else?
Nothing right now.
Good. I have things to do.
Like stand in this corner forever. Shandy.
Hey, had anything exciting happen lately? I bet you have. I only get to take messages until I get wicked big.
Alright. Jared.
Hi there. Welcome to our humble abode, headquarters of the Commonwealth Police Department. I'm Jared, by the way, or Sergeant Lund these days. Thanks for giving us a hand back there at the docks. From what Caleb has told us about you...
there's the first... It's not a bug, it's actually just like it was a miscommunication during development. So we were meant to have an alternate introduction around if you had already met Caleb and done his stuff before you came and did CPD. So, the question is, can we pull out, can we like cut up lines that we have and create an alternate entry point here where Caleb isn't mentioned? I bet we can. I'm on my other PC right now while I'm paused trying to load up chapter 2 so we can take a look at the dialogue options, because that would be really nice if we had it so it's not breaking sequence like that for people who decide to do it in a different order. Caleb's a spy. Yeah, that works. Let's see. I'm going to write this as a note in case I don't get to it tonight. CPD alt lines not mentioning Caleb. Alright, let me open up. I did not have chapter 2 loaded. I actually think tonight's going to end up being a little bit shorter of a stream, so I don't know how much dev we're going to get done, but we're definitely going to take a look at some stuff here. Okay, while I'm waiting for the CK load, we'll get back to this.
You probably have plenty of questions, or if you've the need, I can trade with you. So, is there anything I can help you with?
Do you have time for some questions?
Okay. What would you like to know?
Yes. Can you tell me about your trouble with the gunners?
Gunners have been making more and more mischief across the Wealth in recent times. The ones we're after right now are called the Hellhounds. The Forsetti family were good customers and good friends. They had a nice little homestead not too far off, till the Hellhounds came along anyway. That family breeds stubborn souls, and the Hellhounds are evil bastards who'll take the least excuse to turn things violent. Lena and Simon were out when it happened, and I managed to keep them safe. The Hellhounds caused the CPD, and the CPD exists to end the Hellhounds. Was there anything else you'd like to know?
Nice place you got here.
I found it a while back. Made for a great hideout in an otherwise nasty area. I dug up a stash of old police gear and a good place to store my goods. When Lena and Simon needed a safe
Maybe we've heard
place,
good things about you, but nothing
I
oddly
brought them
specific.
here.
Yeah, I'll have to,
When they needed
because
protection,
getting
I let them have
some
of
voice
the
actors
old
back is
police
harder than others, and Jared's is one of
Simon
those.
started going on about law and order,
Like
and
basically
before I
most of
knew
the
it, I'd
CPD
agreed to starting a police
would be
force.
tough to get
The
back
results
at
are
this
what you see
point.
around you.
So I have to try and work with the
Was
lines
there
we already have
anything else
available.
you'd like to know?
Hopefully it's a matter
Tell me
of
about yourself.
I can
Well,
repurpose
this
one
overweight
or
old man in
trim a little
uniform
bit off of
before
a
you
line.
is Sergeant Jared Lund, quartermaster for the Commonwealth Police Department. But that's mostly recent developments. Just about all my life, I've been a scavenger and traveling trader, a finder and seller of great salvage. I met Shandy when he was just a street kid, trying to pick my pocket. After listening to him go on and on, I gave him a home, and work is my runner. After all, the years have slowed me down some, and it would be a waste not to pass my extensive knowledge on to a new generation. Was there anything else you'd like to know?
I don't have any more questions.
Was there anything else?
Anything I can do to help out?
Okay. There is something I think you can help me with if you're interested. There's an old police station which we'd like to get back up and running, and I'd like to get access to a pre-war stash which should be there. East Boston Station is being picked over by a nasty bunch of scabbers, and I'd like someone to take care of them before they get into the stash.
Why don't you tell me what's so interesting about this?
Oh, I think it's better if I keep that to myself, at least until I know if I'm right or not.
I suppose I can do that.
Great. So evict those scabbers and get the stash activated. Oh, and you'll need these old codes I got off the network.
Okay, capturing police depository. Anybody had any trouble with this one, or is this one one of the clean ones? I saw somebody mention the purloin doodads, I think is the one.
Ahem.
Hello, and welcome to the Commonwealth Police Department's headquarters. Oh, and I just wanted to say thank you for coming when Jared asked. Lena and me tend to get wrapped up in thinking we can do everything ourselves. Jared's the one who actually has a head for resources, whether that's keeping us fed or knowing how many people to take to an engagement. If you need any extra gear, you should go see Jared. He's pretty good at getting his hands on decent stock. Can I help you with anything?
Anything I can do to help out?
Okay. Well, we need to corroborate the information given by the prisoner. Not that it's a lot to go on. It also showed that we need to build up if we want to take on people like the Hellhounds. Lena and Jared have some ideas you could maybe ask about. There was something I had in mind, too. It's a bit more academic than what the others will be thinking, but I'd like to hear what you think.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Thank you. The thing is, if we want the Commonwealth to respect us, we need to be seen upholding established laws. Well, I believe that if we are serious about presenting ourselves as police, we need to follow the old codes of law and order. I'm lucky enough to be well read on old laws, but I think we all need to have books and tapes to reference and learn from. The Boston Public Library, I believe, will have what we need. Is there any chance that you'd be able to obtain some things for us?
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
That's great. Here, I'll give you a list of the publications which I'm looking for.
Oh, there it is. Collecting publication details. Read Simon's list. Alright. Okay, we need some holotapes and books. Alright. Wait a second. Oh, that's one book. Holotapes book, singular. Okay, we got lots of missions here. How many of these are active right now? Oh, that one we don't really need to capture. We don't need to mark. What's up, Memory Lane? Oh man, we've got a lot we can do right now. So many quests, so little time. Sean, will your raider attack ignore player-made homes, just attack base game settlements where they hit any workbench? I think it depends on the settlement. So I believe some of them are set up weird. Like I think New Cafe Ola or New Ola Cafe. How does that one? The Nuka-Cola one. I believe that one is set up kind of funky, and it always gets added to your settlement base. So I think that one can get attacked, but it's supposed to not attack settlements that are flagged as player home only, though I've had plenty of reports that they do, so it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't know if it's a case of if people have mods that are altering these, or if I have to set up special handling for some of them. I'm not sure, but it's not intended to hit player homes. Oscar Farquhar, should I have a female cop outfit mod? I was wondering, how would I make Lena wear it all the time? I mean, you can walk up to any NPC and do, what's the command? Is it open actor container, I think? Open actor container 1, I believe. Next time we find a random NPC that we can't trade with, actually, I guess we could double back in there. I'll take one right here. Was a holotape issue sorted? No, that's a good one. We can do that with, there's a couple of quests like that where we can fix up the quest items that are in our cells too. Where we
Hey,
can
got
swap.
anything for me to do? I ain't got any messages to take, so
Alright, so I think it is, you click on an NPC. Let's see, not dog meat, Lena here. And I think it's open actor container space 1. Yeah. And now you can take stuff from them, equip them, etc. Just like a settler.
maybe I'll go and take a look at what new shit Mr. Jared's got.
Good idea, Shandy. Simon and Jared are the same. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember if that was like, if that was planned when it was written, or if it was, we ended up adding that to, because before it was added, it was just this awkward pause instead. So now it's an awkward okay instead. Ravensworth just went through all these quests with my crazy models, had no issues. Oh, that's good. New Cafe Ola, yeah. Alright, where are we at? I feel like some of these are pretty close to here. So we've got, oh, Anton's right around the corner. Okay, some of them are up over there. One of them's at the library up this way. Alright, I feel like we can just walk over, and I know this is, we're just going to kind of jump around and do all sorts of quests, but I always just I love letting the map decide for me what we're going to do. So I think we're going to go to, try and make our way to Goodneighbor. I could use some ammo anyway. This is my favorite way to wander in Bethesda games. When I get too many quests to decide, I just pick the one that's closest to me and walk there. Feels nice. David, the only issue I've had is one CPD quest keeps respawning. As long as it isn't started, it just sits in the list. Oh, do you happen to know what that is? Like, do you have a save that you could load up to tell me what the name of it is? Because we should keep an eye on that. I guess we'll cross the water over here. Hey, Dave CGS, how are you? Welcome. There's a perk book near, like right near where I'm standing. Oh, and also, who's this? Oh, Brotherhood. In the yellow building, that building right there. Or this one. Second floor. Might be FPS. The FPS is great on my local system. I think it could be the stream though. We have that happen a lot on here. This due to me running too many things because I've got the oh, there it is.
Excellent.
I've got multiple copies of the CK open on the machine that's actually doing the streaming, so I think that puts a lot of load on that. It's running beautiful for me. But obviously that does not matter to you. Is everybody having a problem with the stream? Does it look real stuttery? Unfortunately, I can't because if I reboot the stream, it unfortunately forces me to start another stream, which is just a terrible feature of YouTube. Like, they should recognize at this point that some people need to restart their streaming software. I think I've got a 2070 in this one. Which is not top of the line by any means, but works just fine. I can play all the games that I play. I can play at full detail and full graphics. So periodically stuttery. Yeah, hold on. I'm checking the my YouTube. Sometimes my little YouTube page for the stream will tell me if it's dropping frames. Let's see, stream settings, stream health. Stream is health. Okay, YouTube doesn't think there's a problem. So it is probably just Streamlabs being awful. Alright, cool. Alright, and now I have... Hold on, I've got... Just a second. I have this CPD quest open over here. I'll bring you guys over to this computer in just a moment. Okay, let's see here. Alright, heading over to the dev machine. Nice and quiet. Alright, so we're going to look at... I believe it's either CPD Act 1 or Act 2. Okay, the dock encounter here is Act 1. So we need Act 2. And we want to find Jared's intro. Okay. And you can see like what a crazy cluster the dialogue tree is here. It's hard to navigate. Is it this one? There we go. So here, look at this. So thanks for giving us a hand back there at the docks. From what Caleb has told us about you, I'd been hoping we'd get to meet you. If we just stripped this out, from what Caleb has told us about you, I think it would still work. And it would be a nice way we can have this line without... So let's find out. Let's dig up this wave file. So I gotta go search our drive here. Give me a second. All right, let's download this wave off of our master drive.
Thanks for giving us a hand back there at the docks. From what Caleb has told us about you, I've been hoping we'd get to meet you.
Oh, yeah, he has a nice pause, because that's just how that voice actor speaks. So that is perfect. So we can just kind of go boop, and then...
Thanks for giving us a hand back there at the docks. I've been hoping we'd get to meet you.
Oh, hold on. Let me play that over the speaker so you guys can hear it.
Thanks for giving us a hand back there at the docks.
Maybe you guys did hear it correctly.
I've been hoping we'd get to meet you.
Perfect. Look at that. Easy solution. Get rid of Caleb thing out of there. So we need to... Okay, so this is going to get a little tricky. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here is we're going to open up this action. We're going to find that... I think it was this one, right? Yep. No. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we got to duplicate this. So we're going to copy it. And then we got to figure out which one is which, because sometimes it puts them in the wrong order, so I want to double check which one is which voice file. So this one is 40BC1. Okay, actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. There's a little better way to do this. So we're going to I want to avoid having to add too many different voice files. What's the best way to do this? So the best way to actually do this is going to be to split this up and not have 3 lines in the same thing. Oh, see, this is where it gets messy with this big giant dialogue tree. So there's a thing we can do. I can start with it, so there's a thing we can do where we can share lines between All right. I got to think this through. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. Okay, we can, hold on, let me just see if I can undelete. No, it doesn't let me. Yeah, it did. Okay, good. But hold on, does it still say deleted? No, okay, cool. All right, so if we take this one, so this is our second one, and we're gonna have the same basic conditioning, but this one, we're gonna not have a condition for Caleb. So this one right here, we're gonna do a check. We're just add one more stage here. We're gonna go get stage done, and then we're gonna go to our Caleb quest. So I gotta figure out which one that is. We'll just do it over here. Let's do a search. Caleb. Character quest. All right, so let's assume, like, we'll say the condition is you've at least done one quest for Caleb, and then that will make sense of it. So we'll say you've completed Concord quest, the hunt one, Caleb. So let's do that. So SS2C2 underscore Concord, the hunt one, Caleb, and we'll say quest complete. So as long as you've done that, then Jared will sing your praises. And if not, it's going to fall back to the next one. So what we can do here, there's a little hack you can do to reuse lines, which I don't use very often, but we are for this case, is if you copy the file names of these. So let's bring up a notepad, and I'm just going to drop these into it. If you copy these file names, you can actually reuse them directly that way. Usually what I do is set up shared infos, but because this is 3 lines in a single topic info, it really makes that complicated to do because it would share info the entire all 3 lines, not one at a time. And I only want the first and third line to stay the same. I need the second one to change. So we're going to go to this one that doesn't have the Caleb condition, and we're going to change it. We're just going to delete out the Caleb stuff. There we go. And you can see we got a new dialog line here. So for that line we'll keep. So we're going to export this as a wave. And let me put this in the correct folder. Let's see, desktop. Sound, voice, chapter 2. And then let's see, what's his voice file name? Where is his voice folder? It is, oh, here we go. So this right here is the folder that you put it in. You got to, so for mine, it's showing it in KG edits, but it's actually going to go in the expansion because I want to merge this into chapter 2. But this is the folder I'm interested in, SS2C2 underscore VT underscore Jared Lund. So I need to create that folder. Just make sure I got it correct. VT JERREDLUND. Cool. And then we're going to give this new file the name that is right here. So that's what we want to name this one. So we're going to save it. I'm going to have to rename it again after I merge. If you guys are making your own quest mods, you would not have to worry about that because you will probably not be using a merge system unless you're working on a team. All right, so we'll close this guy out. We don't worry about saving that. If we bop back over here, data, sound, voice, chapter 2, Jared Lund, there's our file. Okay, and then for the other ones, so grab, okay, so for the other ones, what we're going to do is we are going to, oh, okay, I see. So override file name, this is what we need right here, override file name. We had all those, so the file names we grabbed look like this, where they have underscore 1, 2, 3. That's basically saying like all the file names here should be named these, should be named like this. 000046 BC, and then the 1 is implied for this, 2 implied for that, 3 implied for that. So in theory, if I just leave this now, then these should grab the old sound files. Okay, so then that's our problem then, right? Because even though I reuse it that way, it's then going to just reuse this, the number 2 for that one. So yeah, it does leave us in the same situation of the only way I'm either going to have to redo this tree to separate these out, to like add in like a new sub scene that puts those, which is very painful, or I'm going to have to re-include those 3 sound files. So not a great situation here when we're trying to hold space for Xbox players. So I am going to put a pin in this right now. I'll decide later. I got to look at how big are the actual sound files after I merge them together. And then if they're more than a couple of kilobytes, then I will have to come back in here and gut these and take it apart. So for now, I'm going to take away the override file name. Okay, it's in there. And yeah, for now, we're going to have to plan on duplicating, and then I'll come back and look at it. But that is all we really have to do. If file size was not as big as a concern it is, this would be a super easy change. I'd be done already. But because we're trying to protect the limited space Xbox players have, I have to be very cautious about this. So let me put a reminder to myself in, let's see, fix tree for CPD Act 2 Jared section. Okay, so I will leave it at that for now, because I have to do a whole lot more to figure out what the file size is, and that's not necessary to do right this second. All right, let's pop back over. Oh, we got a call for some crabs while I'm busy? Crabs! The crab cult is making you nervous. Why is that? Oh, you weren't here for the formation. These are the OGs here who saw the madness as it was born.
Protect and serve.
Oh, come on, A1 ratio. Let's go to 100 gigs. Give us a full hundo. We could do some damage with that. I knew it. All right, can we get him from here? Nice. I know you're there, super mutants. Oh god, oh god. Is he coming from behind me? Oh, Rad Scorpion, yay! Oh god. Whew. Okay. Level up saved us there. Now that's gotta get some ammo. Alright, let's see here. Oh, we got 2 level ups. Alright. What do we got? Do we have any yep. Demo expert. Thank you very much. And strong back. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna play the game of how long do I spend lost trying to find my way into Goodneighbor. Don't hear those very often, the old super mutants arguing with each other. Just trash talking each other. Okay, so I can see the entrance. We're on that side of it. Oh, yep. Yeah, this is where I always get stuck. Trying to figure out how the hell to get around all this stuff. What did you find? Oh, good job, boy. Wait, who's that? Who are they fighting? Raider scum. Okay, well they can go ahead and eat him. That's fine. Oh, hello, sir.
You hit like a rat roach. Wounded.
That is a terrible legendary. Hey, we found it. They just want a hug. That's fair. Who doesn't want a hug? Oh, can you jump into Goodneighbor? Like, if you just were to jump into the area, would it... Because it was weird how, when I was over there, you could clearly see into here.
Hold up there.
But it
First time
wasn't
in
real.
Goodneighbor?
It was, like, faked.
You can't go walking around without insurance.
You better back off, or you're the one who's gonna need insurance.
What was that? I couldn't hear over the sound of all that pathetic. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Time out. Lay off that extortion crap. I like you already. Walk into a new place, make a show of dominance. Nice. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, I feel you.
Good. You stay cool, and you'll be part of the neighborhood. So long as you remember who's in charge.
Thanks, Finn.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is,
Well,
not buying
hello.
that. Come in peaceful.
Everything here is guaranteed to injure, maim, or kill at your discretion. Except me. I only kill when I want to.
Those super mutants just before Goodneighbor were friendly after I finished West Everett. Oh, is that why that one just stood there and let me shoot him for a minute? I wonder if the location and record... So we added the feature for
Let's see what you got.
Purchase a variety in case of boredom.
the West Everett super mutants so that they would get flagged friendly after you complete his quest, but we based it on that location. But I wonder if the cell right over here has the wrong location record. That actually wouldn't shock me. We'll have to go check on that. Wait, what was this? The party starter. I agree, that is a good party starter. But that is way too expensive. You're going to have to drop that price dramatically, Cleo. Yes, please. And then do you have any aid? No. Alright, and then let's sell off the trash rounds we don't need. I'll sell some of these just to get walk away with a little profit.
Hey.
There we go.
Oh, a new face walks into my store. And you're not even screaming yet. Very polite. You let me know if anything catches your fancy.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Remember, no returns, exchanges, or death threats.
Alright, let's see. Take that. And those. That's a lot of buff out. We will just keep one. Oh, I guess I could check these people for the stuff we need for... So what do we need? We need corn, thank you, and razor grain. And she does not have any. Oh, she got some psycho and some jet.
Vault suit, huh? Hell yeah.
Okay. Alright, there's our ammo. Alright, we're going to talk to Anton, and then I want to come back out here and investigate the super mutant issue.
Hancock says newcomers are welcome in the third rail. Go on in.
What? Another one of you mercs looking for McGee?
Unless you're the bartender, I'm gonna need you to get out of my face.
You seem upset.
Yeah, getting between a man and his drink will do that. Look, just tell me what you want. Are you lost or something? Lonely? Selling something?
I'm here to help you.
But who? Wait a minute. Ron? No, no way.
Oh, Phil, can you add a skip until Anton's dead?
That's right.
How about that? I figured he'd just taken my money and ran. Or waddled. Slithered, you know. Look, I'm sorry for being a jerk before. I wasn't exactly expecting good news to come walking through the door. Any door, really, but even less so in a place like this. Here's what I need. I have a sister, Audra. She's a good girl, but gullible, you know? She's fallen in with a raider gang, common rad trash led by a guy named Knox. They've been filling her head with chems and God knows what other kind of ideas. And I won't allow my sister to be a junkie. I can't. She's better than that. This family is better than that. And she's all the family I got left. I've tracked them to the Harbor Master Hotel. Ever seen it? It's a trash heap. Suitable enough for scum like Knox. But not for Audra. Come with me. Help me get my sister back. Please.
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. I'll follow your lead. And look, I really appreciate what you're doing for me, but don't underestimate these guys. And Audra, well, let's just keep her safe. She never could manage that on her own.
Okay, so I'm looking at the, while he was talking, I'm looking through the CK at, heyo, Marketplace Trading. Okay then. And communications. I'm looking all sorts of stuff here. I'm looking at the West Everett's record, and it looks like it is incorrectly assigned to the Vault Tech office, but I don't think that that's close enough to Goodneighbor for it to have triggered those NPCs. But it's good to know that I can't rely on the location record, so that change I made for the West Everett Super Mutants, I'm going to have to rethink a little bit.
Hey everyone, gather around. Let's kick the breeze back. Shoot the fat. Now I know you all are doing your own thing, but I don't want anyone here to forget what matters.
Nope, comes Cleo.
Hey, Daisy. Glad you could make it. How's my favorite girl doing? Didn't I see her?
All right, but it doesn't. Yeah, I feel like the Voltec office is definitely not close enough to here for that to happen. So very odd. Oh, is it? The Voltec office is right next to the one that had the friendly super mutants? All right, well, we're going to check that here in just a second. The backside of it. Okay. Yeah, then that would make sense why, because basically I have a thing checking if the player enters the West Everett location. And it's finding all super mutants in the area and setting them up to be friendly. So let's look at our map here. Yeah, Vault-Tec is right over here. Right in front of us. Yeah, so it looks like Bethesda has a bad location record set up. And it's going to grab one. If you pass through there, it's going to grab super mutants around here and make them friendly. So I'm guessing over here.
Come on there! Gonna splatter your brains!
Let's see, are more of these guys going to be friendly? Who are they fighting? I don't even see red dots. Oh, they're not friends with Anton. Yeah, they're all friends with us. Hey, bud. Sorry, but
we win.
That is a pretty funny bug. A bug from a bug fix.
Good fight, human! You'll die well!
And you're making the audience happy, Anton.
I win again!
Well, you remember how you wanted Anton dead? Done. Oh, no. False alarm. Oh, man. Superman's been collecting bodies over here. Alright, so now that we've confirmed that that's a bug, we are going to try and fix it. So, let me set up my other PC again here. Okay, let's bring you guys back over the dev machine. Okay, so we have this make super mutants friends. Let's see, make super mutants friendly. Update super mutant relations. So here's our problem. We're doing it when you get into West Everett's estate's location, but now we know that that location is not correctly set up. So that's probably one of those things that if you're using like unofficial patch, they've probably fixed that. They tend to do that in a lot of their. They tend to fix the location records for Bethesda. But we can't rely on that because, like, I don't play with unofficial patch, and I'm sure many of you guys don't as well. So we have to make it work for everybody. So that means we need to find something else we can trigger off of. So what I'm going to do is head over to West Everett, and I have another possible way we can do this. So rather than relying on the player's location changing, what we can do is we can put an object there. So if we go to West Everett Estates here, what I'm thinking we can do is instead of calling this function here, so we can still keep the function worked totally fine. So if I go over to here, so like this all works. So all we need to do is we're going to undo. Now, unfortunately, we have to prepare for people who already have this problem. So I've got to undo this on location change. But for now, we can delete this. Actually, what we'll do here is we are going to leave ourselves some notes. So we're going to go turn this off here. And we're going to go patch 3.46 and put myself some notes. Disabling this call. Turns out Bethesda misflagged Vault-Tec office location as West Everett, meaning it was making super mutants friendly there. Moving this call to a reference in West Everett. There we go. Okay, so we're just disabling this here and leaving myself a note so I remember that we are disabling this. So we're going to go to, I'm going to look at when do we start registering for this? Okay, so this only happens after the quest is complete. Okay, so then that helps inform what I want to do here. All right, so let's go back to the CK. So basically we're going to look around West Everett and we're going to just kind of find like the center of it, or as close as we can. Actually, you know what? We might do 2 of these markers. We might do, because it's kind of a big area and the super mutants kind of wander way over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these things over here. So we're going to design a new little object and we're going to put a couple of them down on the ground. And we'll put it like right about here. So we're going to go to our activators and we're going to make a new activator. And activators can just be like any type of static item, but in this case we need one that we can put a script on, and you can't put a script on static. So we're going to call this SS2, we'll call it faction modifier, and I'm going to try and make it generic because there's other places where this might be useful where we might want this. So we're going to set it as a marker. We're going to do marker x.nif. Actually, we'll do faction modifier on load. Okay, so that's all we need for that. And we'll search that up. Faction modifier on load. And we're going to create a new script on this thing. All right, new script. And we're going to put it in some settlements v2 object references, I think is the name of the folder. Reference, oh, I should spell it correctly. It says, well, let's check real quick. Data, scripts, some settlements v2, object references there. Okay, and then we'll call this one modify faction. This is actually, no, we're not going to call it that. This is going to be, because I guess I could do that. I was going to say, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll make it universal. I'm sure I'll reuse this eventually. Modify factions on load. We'll say in area on load. Okay. Now this should attach a blank script to here, and we're going to open up this script. Okay, so basically what we want to do, so I'm going to start out by writing some pseudocode. So this is like, when I start coding something, I tend to like to just come up with a plan of attack. So we're going to on cell load. Actually, we can just set that as the event. So we'll go ahead and assign that now. Event on cell load. So this is saying not only when this item that we're going to have appears in the world, but also the whole cell around it is loaded up. So we'll just put this pseudocode in here. We're going to say find all NPCs in the area. Check that they match some faction or state. Flag update faction. So then we're going to look at our code in that other. So we're going to go back over to here, open this up. We'll look at our on location change event again. All right, and we're going to look at this function. Okay, and basically we want to do this. We want to do these things, but now we're going to move this code over to our new thing. So I'm going to start out by just copying all this. Okay. Actually, you know what we can do here? Let's copy the entire function. Hold on a second. Okay, we're going to grab this whole function here, and we'll make it a function on this too, and we just rename it so it'll be change NPC faction. Okay. All right, so what are we doing here? We're finding super mutants. So now if we want to generalize this, so we need to basically start putting this back together again. So we're going to go keyword property, event keyword, and instead of find super mutants, we're going to be find NPCs in area. Auto const mandatory. And this whole stuff, this line, This is how we tell the creation kit that we want to point this variable to a thing. In our case, we want a keyword. Auto just means we don't have to do any more configuration than this. If you don't put auto, it gets more complicated. Const means that this should always match what's in the plugin, and it should not be changeable. So at runtime, this can't change, which is what we want. We want this to match whatever's in the plugin. Mandatory just means that in the CK, it will highlight red if you forget to fill it in. So it's just a reminder for, so if somebody's writing the script and somebody else is implementing it, they will know that this is an important script or important property. Okay, so then we need a location record. So we're going to say location property. Let's see, event location. Okay, and then we're going to start changing this. So we're going to change this guide here. We're going to change event location to this, to fetch all NPCs in the area. Okay, we're going to get rid of this trace for here. Faction update in progress. All right, we're not going to do the log. All right, I'm just going to go on line by line here. Okay, find NPCs in area is starting. Event quest. Okay, so we need the quest property. Actually, you know what I can do here is let's go look at the one in the other document. Okay, I have another. There's stuff that I'm probably doing that looks weird. Like you guys can probably see me jumping around without you guys seeing it because I have a second monitor and I can see extra text on that side, which is why I'm able to jump around so easily. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to go, and we need to define the quest. So event quest, find NPCs, oops, NPCs in area. And since we're generalizing this, I'm going to assume we're going to end up with multiple copies of this quest because we're going to want multiple items to be able to run this thing simultaneously. So we need to change this code a little bit. We're going to do a couple of things here. We're going to, let's see, send story event and wait. We're also going to do something I like to do with these where we give it a code, like a secret code that's basically telling it that this is the request that I am after, because when I set up multiple of these event quests, we don't know which one it is that's going to fire, and if two fire simultaneously, we want to get the right one for this. So we will call this we'll call it, I have a term I usually use for these, but my brain's a little fried right now. I haven't had a lot of sleep lately. We're going to call this event ID equals utility dot get, I'm sorry, no, random int 0 to 9999. There we go. All right, and then we're going to send this. I got to remember what the thing, oh, I got to look up this function. Let's see here. There it is. All right, so here, and we'll search for send story event and wait, and we want to send it AI value equals. So with an event, you can send a handful of data. So we're going to send with this our event ID. And there we go. Okay, and then we can no longer wait for this is starting thing because this is expecting, oh wait, no, we can. Event keyword while is starting, yeah, that is correct. Actually, hold on a second. I need to double check that I have this correct. Yeah, no, this is for event quest. So, okay, what we need to do is get rid of this because we have to find our quest first. So I'm going to do a quick thing here. Just going to find a pattern that I've used for this recently so that I am not reinventing the wheel here. Okay, here we go. This will work perfectly. All right, so we're going to just copy this pattern that we have from the Conquest Manager. And we will just hold on, we're going to put it right up here. All right, I'm going to walk through what all this is doing. So, okay, caller ID, that's what I usually call it. So, we are going to start dismantling this, make it match. We'll make the origin ref. We actually are going to send the ref to. We'll send it self. So self just means like the thing that this script is on. So basically, we're telling the game like, hey, we need you to run this, run a quest for us, an event quest that's basically going to grab some things in the area for us. And we're saying to set this caller ID and the ref of this item so we can use it in the quest that runs this event. So that'll make more sense in a second. All right, so then we're going to go find NPCs in area. We're going to loop through these until we're sure that... So right now what this loop is doing is we're going through and making sure that the quest is actually running. If it is starting, while it's starting, wait a second, and then we get down to this one. If it's running, then we're going to check and make sure that the caller ID that we're going to set on the quest is the same as this one. Now we know we found our guy, and then we can continue from there. So this is where our actual code will go. Code goes here. And now let's close off all these ifs and whiles so that we don't have holes in our code. Okay, so now we can get rid of all this stuff at the beginning here. And this is our actual code. And we'll delete all this stuff, and we'll move our code here, and then we'll continue changing it right here. Okay, so add to faction. So we're going to go, instead of adding it to the sickle faction, we're going to go faction property, and we're going to make it support multiple. Add to factions. So now anytime we use this script, we can set up however many factions we want, and we'll do remove from factions. Okay. And we'll make these non-mandatory because the person can do whatever they want with that, whoever's using this. Okay, so now we'll deal with this in a second. Let's fix up this part, find NPCs in area, make sure the caller ID matches. Okay, and now we need something to get this. So found super mutants on the other quest was an alias, which we're not going to have. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to set up our because this find NPCs in area, this quest, I may have one already for this, but as far as I know right now, it doesn't exist. So we're going to have to make it up. So knowing that we're going to make it up, we can assume that we're going to have our own quest for it. So we can have on it this kind of thing, this list of NPCs. So we can do something like we will go Sim Settlements V2. This will end up in the quest folder, and I think I usually name these event, but let's just double check that just to kind of keep this stuff all. Oh, and it's quests plural. Okay. And do I usually name these event? Yeah, here we go. Oh, whoa, whoa. No, I don't want to. Don't want to open this. Go away. Here we go. Event, and actually I can see here, event, local NPC grabber. Okay, I could probably use local NPC grabber. Let me look at that function actually. Let's go to scripts, source, user, v2, quests, local NPC grabber. What does this thing do? Okay, so this just finds actors in an area. That sounds perfect. This, though, switch to story event manager. Ah, that's right. So we actually have a workshop framework system for story manager, for story stuff. That is good to know. So, okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to grab this over here. And we're going to assume that this is going to be that. Actually, you know what we'll do? Sorry, I keep changing my mind about how we're going to do this. I'm just trying to make sure that we're not reinventing wheels here because we've spent so much time over the years like systemizing a lot of this stuff. So what I actually want to do is we're going to go back over to here, and we're going to search up this local NPC grabber, and we're going to find something else that's already using it. So it looks like, oh, we're using it in MQ01. Perfect. So let's grab this, and we will just copy this pattern. So let's go to, I'm gonna just put a little edit in there so it marks that so I can find it quicker. Okay, so we're going to dismantle a lot of this stuff that I just put in because we now found a perfect pattern we can just copy. There's no reason for us to do all this work again. Let's see. So then we're going to need to find out where that's being used here. Oh, and this isn't. Oh my God! I'm going to keep changing this pattern again. Because now I see when I search in here, this isn't actually being used anywhere. It's done a little bit differently now. All right, so we're going to grab instead. You guys are going to learn nothing from this except that King Gath needs to make up his mind. All right, so we're going to grab Story Event Manager instead. Oh yeah, you can see here 3.0 switch to WSF Story Event Manager. All right, so let's grab this function here. And we're going to make this grab, and we're going to do grab NPCs. Okay, so we need to define some of these things. I'll walk you guys through what it all means in a moment here. Okay, location, that's correct. Okay, we're doing found actors, allowed disabled. Okay, now here's where we get into like some specific stuff from quest 1 that we need to get rid of. We don't care about death. We don't care about check on dead. Okay, so now we're going to do this actor is not player. Okay, so we're basically, the reason I'm doing all this of like redoing stuff over and over again is one of the reasons that we want to use solved patterns like this is when I start from scratch, like what I did with West Everett last time we were doing this, is I inherited bugs, right? So there's a lot of things we've figured out over time. Like for example, I'm sure there was a lot of iteration before we figured out that, oh, sometimes the NPC grabber will grab the player. So you need to make sure that that's not the case. Or we kept grabbing disabled actors and it was causing problems. So by repeating patterns like this, we basically save ourselves a lot of headache down the road because we probably went through and debugged and solved a lot of problems, which is why I want to use this code over again. So, so I think what we want to do is we do want to make these mandatory because we don't want to just do this to every NPC. No, I can still see a reason why we wouldn't. We'll do this. We'll say if remove factions is not none, so if the person who set this up used it, we'll assume that they need to be in the faction, but we also can add that as a flag that can be changed. So be only change NPCs in remove from factions equals true. We'll make that a default assumption that you don't want to just grab every NPC in the area and add them. You want to grab ones that are in specific factions and add them. So if and remove factions does not equal none, then we're going to check this actor and make sure they're in one of these factions. So now we start a secondary loop. So we go int j equals 0 while j is less than remove from factions dot length j plus equals 1 and the loop. Let me think here. Let me think here. I'm trying to decide if I want to break this loop as soon as they're in one of the factions or make them be in all the factions. We'll say the most likely use is going to be just any one of them. Found in faction equals false and not be found in factions. What this is going to do is make it so that as soon as they're found in one of the factions, we're happy with that. So we will do be found in faction equals this actor dot is in faction. I think that's the function. Double check. Just do a search in all my documents. Yep, is in faction. So we're checking, are they in the faction, or the first one here. So remove from factions. It's an array of factions. If they're in it, then they're found in the faction. So then that'll break this loop. And then when we get to the end, now we're outside of the loop. Now we'll say if be found in faction. Actually grab NPC. We're going to change this guy a little bit. And we're going to say here, return found actors. And up here we'll go actor, found actors equals new actor 0. So what this code is we're setting up a array of actors. And then in here, if they are in the faction, we will add them to that array. Add this actor. And if they're not, this section will get skipped, because if they make through this whole loop and these are false, and these stay false the whole time, then this will be false when it gets to here. This will fail and this won't get added, and that will be blank. So yeah, that should be good. Oops, we don't need an equal sign there. Okay, so now this function looks good. This is just going to grab the NPCs for us using a pre-existing system, and it's looking for ones that are in one of the factions that you tell it to. Remove from factions. Okay. And then we also can do, all right, else. So we basically said, like, if the player has, or the user who set this has this flag to true, only change the NPC if they're in the remove from factions. If they don't want that, or if remove from factions wasn't set, well, we still need to add them. So in that case, we just add them. We don't need to do any of this nonsense. So we'll just add them, and then we're returning that. So we're going to use this function to fetch our NPCs. So let's do that. So actor found matching actors equals grab NPCs, and then we send all this data. So this is just a function right here. This is basically, I'm doing this to keep the code clean. I want this to look very easy to follow. So like, because this is a mess, right? So you have to go through and read that every time. So what we're doing here by writing it in its own function, I can just assume that previous me was smart enough to do this correctly, so I don't have to think about it anymore. So then we're going to go grab NPCs. We need the event location, so I still do need that location. Mission property. Oops, totally butchered the mandatory. All right, we're going to grab our event location here. And we're going to say AB allowed disabled equals false. Yeah, we don't want disabled ones. Okay, so now we're grabbing the ABCs. Okay, so now we already did the check that they match a faction or state in here. So now we need to update the factions. So we'll say update factions found matching actors. Okay, and then we go down here, change NPC factions. We'll call it this, and then we're going to go actor found actors. Okay, so now we can get rid of a lot of this stuff here because we did it separately. And what we're going to be left with is this little bit. And there we go. Okay. And then actually at the end of this, I also can stop this quest now. When we use these grabber quests, the way they're set up, I'll show them to you guys when we get back in the CK. The quests, the way this new system that we have with the workshop, the story event manager, it'll shut them down automatically, but I also can just shut them down. We can all shut it down when we're done with it just to make sure that they're free. Okay, so we're going to go through here and we're going to loop through these found actors instead of super mutants. And then we're going to remove them from the old factions and add them to the new ones. So add to factions. So we're going to go int j equals 0 while j is less than length. And actually we're going to encapsulate this in if add to factions does not equal none. J plus equals 1. End while, and we're going to go ahead and add them to the faction. Okay, so we're going to loop through and add them to all the factions. Then we're going to loop through and remove them from factions. So we'll reset our j variable and just reuse it here. Oops. And then we'll do Remove from factions. And remove from faction. Okay, so then that can all go away. Now, I'm going to assume we're still going to want this stuff, the stop combat, evaluate package, second stop combat, to make sure that whoever they were fighting before, they stopped doing that. With this distance less than event, we don't need this anymore because what we're going to do now, so if any of you who were here for the stream when we did this before, I had some problems when we were testing it where some of the NPCs wouldn't get updated because they weren't getting detected because West Everett is kind of a big space. But now that we're putting it on an object, we're going to put it on this little, this thing. We can just put a few of these all over West Everett and that'll trigger it every time you get near one of them. So if we miss like one, if we miss some of the guys on the edges, as soon as the next little thing loads up, it'll run the script again and find more people and fix them. Okay, so that should be good in theory. So now we compile and see where I made mistakes because it's very rare that we get a script right the first go. So I'll go ahead and compile this. Oh, I gotta find it. Okay. All right, so it warned me that a const script can't have variables like we're setting, so we're setting this update in progress. Basically what this update in progress is going to do is prevent it from running several times in a row. Actually, we can do this. We can actually move this. Let's move this here. We're going to move this up here. Because if the player is waffling on the edge of the cell, they could trigger this over and over again, and that would not be good. So we're going to just do this. We're going to go... and set it to false. So basically what we're saying here is once this loads, on cell load, it's going to trigger, we're going to set this variable to true. And then if the event triggers again and starts this again before it had made to the end to set it to false, this little block here will just force it to bail out so it doesn't try and run simultaneously twice, which is kind of what we want. All right, let's try compiling that again. And we got another little error. Player ref is undefined. Okay, that's easy to solve. Where's that at? That was line 41. Does not equal game. Actually, you know what? We are going to leave it as player ref, because when you're in a loop, if I were to set here, so there's a thing you can always do to get the player. You can go game.getPlayer. Now the problem is here is if there's a lot of actors, we're going to call game.getPlayer over and over again, which is anytime you do another call, you're just adding more script load. So it's just a good habit to define variables instead. So we do that, and now we only have to ask the game to give us the player one time, and now we're just storing it in memory for while this function runs. It's a minor thing, but it's just a good habit because a bunch of minor little optimizations like that over a big enough script and just getting in a good habit, it ends up being worth the effort. All right, 75 found actors. Oh, I was using get count as if it was a reference collection, but it is an array, so we use length instead. I know, very confusing. All right, and get at 76. We don't need get at because we are using an array. And we don't need to cast it as an actor because we're assuming it's going to be an actor. I hope somebody here is learning something from this because I know I'm doing a lot and probably talking over a lot of your heads. Okay, so now we've got faction modifier on load, and we're going to call this one. So there's two ways you can do this. This is another thing. So this faction modifier on load thing that I've created, I could leave it like this, right, with a blank with all these variables unset. And then somebody could drop it into the world, and then you can actually set the variables at the reference level. And that works great for stuff you're going to place in the world. When you're doing stuff that you might want to spawn dynamically, like say we wanted to use this as part of a building plan or something, then we need to predefine all this data here. The other reason to do it here will be if I'm going to place multiple, because then otherwise I would have to edit all of the properties on the one that I drop here. And then, if I drop another one on the other side of town, I'll have to set it again. So I'm going to actually make this specific to West Everett. So we're going to call this West Everett Super Mutants. And I will check on my spelling here. West Ev. All right, what did I get wrong there? Not a double R. It's a double T. There we go. All right, so now we will save that change. No, not create a new form. We'll just rename it. All right, save this. All right, now we can set up all of our variables here. There's still another thing we have to do with this, but we'll get to that in a second. So we saw in the code before, we were adding them to the sickle faction, and we were adding them to the player faction. Make sure that they're friends with the player. And then we want to check, we're only removing from factions that are the super mutant faction. So we'll do that, super mutant faction, because I believe even the turrets are correctly in the super mutant faction. Our local NPC grabber is probably going to be easy for me to find. It should be an SS2 local. There we go. And then our location is going to be West Everett's. Oh, West Everett location. Here we go. And the story event manager, there's only one of those. And we'll flag this yes, we want it to be two. Only change NPCs that are in the removed from factions. Because otherwise it could grab random NPCs walking in the area that are not them and add them to that faction. Like if it grabbed like the blood bugs or random encounter or whatever, we don't want them as part of the friendly faction. So we'll go ahead and hit OK here. So now this thing is set up mostly to do what we want. But there's one change I want to make. And that's that we don't want this thing to be active all the time, right? We don't want this to be active at the beginning of a playthrough. We want this to happen after the player has completed the quest. So there's two ways we could do this. One would be I can set some code in here to be like go check the other quest, right? But then now we're locking that into that quest. So what I think instead will make more sense is we're going to do a if is disabled. So if this thing is disabled in the world, it means we don't want it active yet. We'll just return. So that way what we can do is we can start these things in the world disabled and then have the quest enable them when it's ready for them to be active. And that keeps the code in here nice and clean. We don't have to have a bunch of specific stuff about the West Everett quest in here, and we can just tell the quest to go ahead and enable these when it's ready. So we're now ready to drop these into the world, and then we can attach them to the quest, like in the sense of set up that thing I just said where they're enabled. So we'll start them out and we'll just disable them. So initially disabled, we're not going to respawn them. We want these to persist. We don't want these to like lose their state. So we'll go ahead and hit that, and then we're going to zoom out here. So we've got one on this side of town. This should catch like the random super mutants over here, or the mutant hounds. And then we need one on the other end of town because this place is so big it doesn't all load in memory at once. So we'll put another one like kind of in the middle of the pack over here, so if the player approaches from this side, it'll catch them as well. So we'll go ahead and zoom in and drop one of these here. And there's actually one other little change I'm going to make to this script, because I know there are super mutants nearby at that hospital and I don't want to grab them. All right, so there is our thing. We don't actually have to have this on the ground. It just feels correct to have it on the ground. Okay, so now we got two of these. We need to set this guy to initially disabled. Hold on, there's a bunch of random stuff blocking my path. All right, and unchecked respawns initially disabled. So again, the unchecked respawns make sure that this thing maintains its state. Otherwise, when the cell resets, it would reset back to however it was, and we want to make sure that once we enable it, it stays enabled forever. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is attach this to the quest. So we're going to go to MQ05, 5B. Now normally I would alias these because aliasing prevents persisting, but because this quest is in the game running all the time and we've just made them persist anyway, we could just set them as script properties, which will be easier for making sure these work with patches. So now we're going to start a new group called patch 3, and we'll just call it patch stuff. And group, and we're going to say object reference, property, and these are going to be faction swappers. All right, and what we want to do here now, instead of register for the event, so we had that code where it was like this stuff, the on location change. Let's see, where is that? Here. Okay, so this is from a patch. We are going to need this. Int I version 346 equals 143. I last installed version is less than I version 346. All right, so I'm writing you can't write functions where I'm writing this. I'm writing this function inside of another function. I'm just doing this and I'm going to copy paste it. We're just going to write a quick while loop. Oops. To loop through these. I is less than length. I plus equals 1. Faction swappers I dot enable. Okay, now we're going to move this. And basically what we're doing here is when this patch gets installed, we want to enable these for people who have already done the quest. We'll come down here. Oh, we already have the function we made. Let's just tab it over. Okay, so we don't... Okay, so that, what we just set up, that will make the NPCs friendly. So we actually are going to need 2 versions of these because we need another version that's going to make them mad. So that's interesting. So actually what we want to do is create, this is going to be, we're going to do friendly faction swappers and angry faction swappers. All right, we'll go back to our enable faction swappers. And we will do, let's see here, object reference. Okay. Enable faction swappers. And then here we're going to do the friendly faction swappers. And we're going to change this a little bit. We're going to say if mutants hospital, else do the friendly ones. So angry faction swappers. So there we go. So we'll end up with 2 sets of these. And then we need to go look at the other spot that register was done. Probably under quest complete. Yeah, on location change. And we're going to do mutants hostile. Okay, so we're going to enable the appropriate ones after the quest is done. And okay, that should be good. So now I'm going to mark this code down here. We're actually going to dismantle it, but I'm going to leave it there as a reminder. Removed in quest or patch 3.4.6. Put that at the top of each of these. Okay, so now we're just doing these faction swappers instead. So let's go ahead and compile that and make sure I didn't screw the pooch there. You guys complaining about my light mode? I love my bright screens. Give me light. Updates remove factions is not a function that exists. Okay, it says that there was a fail here. Oh, yeah, we can get rid of all this code too. Thank you, Daniel Matthews, for the donation. I will not be going to dark mode if that is a request. All right. And let's compile this guy. Okay, there we go. That compiled okay. And now we need to do one more thing. We need to, well, 2 more things actually. We need to make an angry version of this. So basically we reverse it all. So we'll name this one make friendly. Okay, no new form. And then we'll make a copy of it. And we'll say make angry. And yes, create a new form. And now when you do that, I think it changes the one that you had to whatever you made it. So let's see. Make friendly. Okay, good. No, it didn't. Probably because I hit cancel. It didn't. So now we'll go to our make angry. And then we're just going to reverse these. So we're just going to say add 2 factions is going to be super mutants. So we're going to add them to the super mutant faction. And we are going to remove from oops. Hold on, I have it saved. We're going to remove from the Sickle Super Mutants faction. Now, we're not going to put in here to remove them from the player faction because I'm concerned that you might accidentally remove like some of your what do you call it? Some of your companions or something that are in the player faction intentionally. So we don't want to do that. So this should be fine because they shouldn't actually be in the Sickle Super Mutant faction anyway. They shouldn't like flip at that point. So it should be fine. But if when we test it, we can change that later. All right. So then we're going to, okay. And we're going to just basically drop one of the angry ones next to this guy. And again, do the same thing, make them disabled. And now before we go off of this screen, let's bring up our MQ05 again because we need to now tell the quest like, hey, you have these new little devices that you're in charge of. So we're going to go to our script properties. Oh, hold on a second. I got to slide this over so I can actually see the window still. Okay, we're going to bring up our script properties and we'll do our friendly faction swapper. And we'll pick the reference. We'll pick the first one, make friendly, and then we'll get our first angry one. So this little guy down here, and we double check that we grabbed the right one. Yep, angry and friendly. There we go. Now we still have 2 more to do. We got to go to the other ones over there. And then what's cool about this is if we decide that there's still some that it's missing, we can just drop more of these X markers around and it'll expand the radius. So let's go ahead and drop a make angry here. Go back into the script properties and tell it about these 2. Okay, good. Both say make friendly. Angry swappers, pick this guy. Cool, all done there. Okay, and we got to make sure that this guy is disabled and respawns. Okay, all right. So then I said there was one more change I wanted to make in the script earlier, and that is I'm going to allow for we can set a distance limiter here. So the local NPC grabber is going to grab any NPCs that's loaded. So we're going to say f limit to radius equals, we'll say 2,000 to be safe, because I would rather have a bunch of these load. Actually, you know what, we can do more than that. We'll go 8,000. But that way, if there's NPCs loaded that we know are not really close to this, so for an idea for distance, if we go back into the CK here again, so like from here, 8,000 units. So a 2x2 plot is 500 units. So we can actually use that to kind of gauge our distance. So a 2x2 plot is going to go like to here. So we're like 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. So yeah, we can actually go probably less than that. We can probably go like 4,500, and that would make a good circle here. Let's look at this other one. Where's the other one over? Where did I put those? I think they're those 2 right there. So then a plot's going to be like here. So that's 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, 5 would probably be to about here. So that's going to make a nice circle. So yeah, I think 5 is probably a safe number for these instead of 8. That seems like a good, reasonable starting point. And now we have to set that up. Like, how do we limit the radius? So to do that, we add one more check in here. And that is going to be and get distance, this actor is less than f limit to radius. So basically we're checking, is this object here that we have this script on, is it less than that limit from the actor? Otherwise we're going to skip them. And then we'll recompile this script as well. Let's do it from here. Okay. And there we go. Now, testing this right now would be kind of a hassle because I don't think I have the save file anymore that I did on this computer or on that computer. So I'm going to just put this on my notes to go look into this post-stream, but now you guys were witness to the potential fix. And we can add it to our patch notes in just a second here. So let's see. I'm going to put on my to-do list here, test new West Everett solution. There we go. I think at worst, I just reverted it. At worst, if I, like, say, for example, if I patch this without testing, at worst, all we've done is made it so that it will be like it was before the last patch, and we also then fixed the Vault-Tec offices changing their faction, which we need to fix. So let's go over to my patch notes document here. We'll add that to our successful patch notes for 3.4.6. So we fixed a bug with the West Everett super mutant management, system, which could cause super mutants near Goodneighbor to end up friendly. I mean, I'm sure maybe some of you headcanoned that they were friends of Sickle. Well, that's fine too. So there we go. That was quite the lengthy process. I didn't expect that to take so long. But back in the game now. I will rest your eyes, and also I can get back to chat. I know I've been just coding away and not reading any of your guys' chat other than I saw you guys complaining about my bright mode. Choo-choo, any chance of the missing collision for the park wreck plot getting fixed soon? No, that missing collision is like that intentionally. Because there's no way for the NPCs to path through most of that plot otherwise, so I did that intentionally. Alright, let's see where we were headed. We were headed to not custom destination, remove marker. We are headed to the Harbor Master Hotel over here. I think I'm going the right way. You got Premiere because you hate the premium for YouTube. Yeah, I bought that as well just because YouTube is like one of my primary entertainment sources. It's like my primary source of second screen stuff, like when I need something on in the background. So I'm happy to pay YouTube for that. That's an awesome service.
Oh, hell no! Playing games with me, huh?
Oops, should have reloaded first. But. Yeah, I don't know. I just know how much it would cost to have a service like YouTube, and it's like this idea that everybody thinks it should be completely free is absolutely nuts. Just nuts. Like, that is a real expensive service to run. So like, it can't be ad-free and free. It's gotta be one or the other. Nice. There's our guy. Alright, who the hell is shooting at us? More raiders. Wait, that's not even who's shooting at us. There they are. I don't know how I've went this long without using see-through scopes. It's awesome. I see why you guys all like it. Everybody finally? Nope, this guy's still alive. Looks like Aiden. Still more people? Jeez. Oh my god, such a bullet sponge. Alright, still somebody, but I think we got enough of them. Oh god, oh god. Anton, get in here. Hopefully he teleports behind me.
Place looks empty.
All right.
Let's take a look around. See if we can figure out where they went.
Okay.
Jesus. If Mom and Pops could see the mess Audra was in, they'd... Well, they'd do what they always did. Wait for me to clean it up.
Up we go.
Going up.
Petervin, you can use CK in the game at the same time. Barely. The only reason I'm able to do this right now is because I have two different computers that I'm just changing back and forth between. But yeah, if I was running the CK and the game at the same time, the game would be running kind of trashy. But is it possible? Absolutely. If you got a good enough system. Oh, I'll take some caps. Is that the one? No, there's one of these I gotta read, and I think it triggers the next scene. That one, trials. I could tell because the script lag caused it to get stuck. There we go. Alright, we will not be spiking Audra's stash for the dark ending. Wait, do I have any, we could do the good ending, or the, oh, it's too late, we already passed that point. There's a, I believe it's if you spike her stash with, a Dictol, I think it makes it so that, she gets more clear-headed. But we don't have any of that anyway. We like our addictions. Give us jet or give us death.
Wait a minute. Anton? What the hell are you doing here?
Putting what's left of my family back together. Back away from my sister. Do it now. Do it slowly. Or my friend and I will paint the wall with whatever brains you haven't already fried.
Jesus. You're gonna kill someone. Listen, please. I know what he must have told you, but Audra, she's not a junkie. She's sick.
She's strung out! Just look at her! God knows how many chems he's got in her system.
There's nothing in her system right now. That's why we came back here. She forgot her medication.
Medication? Don't let this son of a bitch fool you. He's manipulated my sister, and now he's trying to do it to you, too.
No light. None.
Can I ask some questions?
Yeah. Sure. Sorry. I'm just... It's hard to think with a gun pointed at my head.
Sounds like this isn't some normal group of raiders, either.
Is that what he told you? Jesus, that's different. The last time Anton found us, he told the guy he hired that I was a cult leader or something. I'm not a raider. And neither are my friends. We're just people trying to do the right thing for someone we care about.
If something's wrong, maybe I can help.
She's not wrong, but she is different. The jet doesn't work on her like it does you or me. For her, it slows down her thoughts to where she can understand them, make sense of them. Without it, well, she's like this. Up for days, writing on the walls, pacing the floors. She doesn't think to eat. And if we've got clean water handy, she doesn't think to bathe. I hate it, seeing her like that. But if it were up to her brother, what you're seeing right now, is how she would live the rest of her life. If you could even call it that.
So one thing I'm seeing that I, just like on a bug fix level is I've never loved this part. So when we go to, like, let's talk to somebody.
Can I ask you some questions?
What else could you possibly need to know right now?
Is when we go to more, like, we should have him say, like, and the player needs to say something, right? Like, hold on, let me think, or something like that, just to not have this awkward silence. Same with the nevermind. So I'm going to write this down on my list because this is going to require some investigation of player lines, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm about to wrap it up after this quest. But I'm going to put down, so gray matters, lines for the player saying or picking more / nevermind. More equals thinking and nevermind equals that's enough. All right, let's write some notes for what kind of things we could say. All right.
You haven't told me half of what I need to know.
I told you what you needed to know, when you needed to know it. Anything beyond that was none of your business, and still isn't.
Can I ask some questions?
Yeah. Sure. Sorry. It's hard to think with a gun point.
I believe you.
Even if you didn't come here to do the right thing, I did. And I will. Audra, please get behind me. Now.
Sorry. Should've just run.
With my...
Thank you Wait. Audra? She hates gunfire. She must have run to her room. We need to check on her and make sure she wasn't hurt.
Going up.
I don't know what happened. We had an early draft of this where we had Nox actually running up ahead of us, but we had to change it for some reason. I can't remember why. It might be because we have all these like sub cells and everything, and the AI was getting stuck. Anton had never had that on Deathline before. It was probably so there was a patch we did where we added a bunch more dialogue to some of the NPCs that maybe it got slipped in there, or maybe his dialogue quest was bugged out and wasn't set up correctly. I don't know. I remember the patch where we added a lot of dialogue was mostly for the shopkeepers.
Nox? How did I get here?
Hey, Garbok.
Who is this? Is everything alright?
Better than all right. Our new friend here made sure of that.
Wait. I remember. There was a shooting in... Anton. Oh, no. He's dead, isn't he? He must be. He's not kicking down the door.
I'm sorry. He just showed up. And it all went so quickly and I...
It's all right. Well, it will be. I thought I'd finally gotten far enough away from home, but I should have realized he'd never stop looking. I don't know how you got wrapped up in all of this, and I don't really remember what happened in the lobby. But I do know my brother, and I know you did what you had to do. For what it's worth. It was the right thing to do. Even if my brother didn't see that. Even if he couldn't.
How are you feeling?
Thanks to you, I'm feeling, well, like me. But Anton, after our parents died, he was never the same.
Would you be interested in coming to work for me?
You know what? Yeah, I think I would. What do you say, Nox? Want to help me pay back our new friend for everything he's done for me?
For both of us. Hell yes, I do.
Before we head out, I'd like to take my brother home and rest him on the hill next to our folks. I can get there and back in a day or two's time. After that, we're at your disposal. And listen, thank you.
Okay. You know what? You guys get to move into our brand new cave settlement. There you go. You guys can go ahead and work the mines. Ask the Ron about his shop, and he'll eventually tell you about his recruitment services. He can help you track down people who are in need of help or a new home for a price. What? I think we already did that, because I think that's how we got access to Randy, right? I believe that's what happened last time. Right. And I've got this little thing I want to address. That's just a little cleanup with the dialogue for gray matters on my list. We got our new West Everett handling to fix the bug with the near good neighbor super mutants allying with you, thanks to Bethesda misflagging a location. And I think that'll be it for tonight. I think I'm gonna park myself outside here and with a quest objective in mind. So, and then we are gonna call it for the night. Oh, nice, Yogi. I'm curious how that works, because it's a cool idea. It's just you know, and new settlement mods. I think everybody is and should be leery of, because especially if it's somebody who's not done one before, because it can be easy to screw them up. So it'll be good to hear after people get to kick the tires a while if it's fully functional and safe to use. There was a new settlement added in HQ, which is kind of cool. I covered it in the news video on the 28th. So what was that? Last Friday? No. Was that last Friday? Yeah, I guess it was last Friday. Come on, game, load. Okay, alright, let's see where I want to make sure we're at. Somewhere where I will remember what we were doing next. Okay, I guess we're in the middle of CPD stuff. That makes sense. This is a good enough spot to leave us. Alright guys, I'm going to call it there. It's going to be an early night tonight because I need some sleep. So I will catch you guys all, should be on Sunday night. Probably continuing with Bard's College because we are coming up on the finale. So thank you guys. I will catch you later.